When you travel Malaysia, you can see many great islands. You can snorkel and dive and see beautiful kinds of reefs. You can do jungle trekking. And in general, Malaysia is a melting pot, which means you have a lot of different cultures over here, and especially the food is amazing. So it's a great country to visit. I will give you some quick facts about transportation, the prices in Malaysia, and what are the highlights when you travel around. So to begin, you need to know that you can divide Malaysia into two main parts, Peninsular Malaysia and Sarawak. So you can see those two parts on this map. We didn't have that much time, so we only visited the Peninsular Malaysia. On Sarawak, which is the same island as Borneo, you will find a lot of jungle, so you can do jungle trekking, find orangutans, but we traveled through Sumatra before, so we skipped this part. So one first fact, Malaysia is a really easy country to travel. You won't have any problem to get around here. It's probably the country in Southeast Asia which is the most comparable to Western standards. So when we talk about transportation, the streets are really nice. You can't compare them to like Cambodia or Indonesia. The buses are okay and the prices are fixed. So you don't need to bargain, there won't be any discussion. So it's really easy, you just buy your bus ticket and you go. In Malaysia I would only travel by bus. There is no need to take a train or a plane. Yeah, maybe you need a boat when you visit an island, but the bus is totally fine. So let's talk about the prices. When we travel around Southeast Asia, many people told us that Malaysia is one of the most expensive countries in Southeast Asia. I don't believe that. I think it's even cheaper than, for example, Cambodia or Laos. After we traveled around Southeast Asia and when I calculated all the expenses we had, Malaysia was actually a good country. The budget was alright. We didn't spend that much. So let's talk about the currency. In Malaysia, you have the currency Ringgit. Here you can see a list. It's easy if you calculate 5 Ringgit is round about €1 and 4 Ringgit is round about $1. The only thing which is probably a little bit more expensive than in other countries of Southeast Asia is accommodation. You can see it's about 30 Ringgit for a dorm, or you pay 65 to 80 Ringgit for a double room in a guest house. But you can easily have some nice Indian food for around $2, which really gets you full. So transportation is easy in Malaysia, it's not that expensive. Let's talk about the highlights when you get around the peninsula. So one highlight is definitely Penang. You need to stay in Georgetown. Here you can find a lot of cultures, everything is mixed, you have street art, amazing food, one of the best Indian food we ever had, nice little coffee shops, restaurants, you can even visit some beaches if you want to. We could have easily stayed there for a longer time, but we needed to go, but this is a place to go if you visit Malaysia. This is also the town where we found the best guest house we stayed in during our whole trip of 9 months. I need to say this because we had such a great time in Penang. It was just really in the center of Georgetown. You have everything around you need, so stay at Dreamcatcher's Traveler Refuge if you're in Penang. If you stay there, they will tell you everything you need to visit on Penang and Malaysia. So let's talk about the Perhentian Islands. Next to Langkawi and Pulau Tioman, the Perhentian Islands are probably the place to go when you want to visit an island in Malaysia. So we heard Langkawi is really big, we didn't have the time to go there. We heard that Pulau Tioman was okay, at least what people told us. Some other people told us it's really beautiful, but we wanted to see the Perhentian Islands and we went to the Perhentian Island, the Kecil one, so the small one, Perhentian Kecil. It's still quite touristy over there. You see like guest house, restaurant, guest house, restaurant, guest house. But still you have that beach feeling, you can go diving, you can do snorkel tours. You just go to the restaurant and you sit on the beach. You can feel the sand with your feet while you're eating, so this is just a great place to go. Once you're there, you didn't really want to go. We just stayed on that island. We just stayed one more night until we ran out of money. So go there, and we heard it's one of the cheapest places to do the open water diving license. And then there is Taman Negara, where we didn't go because we traveled around Sumatra and we were tired of jungle. If you want to go to Taman Negara, you need to know that sometimes, or at least when we were there, the train didn't go through the jungle, and we heard that this is one of the best parts when you want to visit Taman Negara. You can still take a minibus and go there and do some great hikes. I can't tell you anything about this, but we heard people liked it. So let's talk about a real touristy place. It's called Cameron Highlands. Everybody says go to Cameron Highlands. You can do some great hikes, visit the tea plantations, strawberry farms, and yeah, it looks really great when you're over there, but it's also quite touristy, as I said. You see all these advertisements everywhere, like strawberry tea, visit the butterfly farm, snake farm, whatever. So it's really a lot, and the town is not that nice. It's quite high up in the mountains. It's cool, so it's really cool. I mean, you're freezing at night if you're used to all these other places in Southeast Asia where you rather die because it's so hot. So it's quite a cool place, but we didn't like it that much. You will find some amazing nice Indian food over here. Yay! Indian food everywhere. Really, try the Indian food in Malaysia. So then there's KL, Kuala Lumpur, which we really enjoyed compared to Singapore actually. It's also a big city, you have skyscrapers everywhere, you have markets, you have all these shopping centers where you find all the big brands where you can't afford to shop when you're a real backpacker, I think. But there's also a Chinese market or Chinatown. You have great architecture. Visit some sky bars, take some free buses around the city center, and you have again some really nice food over here. If you like big cities, it's always a nice stop, and I think KL, it's a great city. It's not too much, it's not too busy compared to other cities like Bangkok, for example, or Jakarta. And then there's Melaka, where we didn't go. We thought about going, but friends of us did, and they said they didn't like it that much. It was okay, but if you have the choice, Penang or Melaka, go to Penang. So those were the highlights of Malaysia when we traveled around the peninsula of Malaysia. Of course, I didn't cover every stop and every town. There are probably some amazing places I didn't talk about. So please write a comment if you have some other ideas. If you know some other highlights and you say, you travelers who watch this video, you need to go there. Anyways, I tried to cover as much as I could, as much as I experienced when we traveled around Malaysia. Please give me a thumb up if this video helped you in any way. If you have any questions, just post a comment and I will answer for sure. And it really helped me if you subscribe my channel so you don't miss any video, and I know that my videos help you. If you want to know how much we spent for traveling Malaysia, click on this video. In this video I summarize all the expenses we had. If you want to know some lessons learned when you travel around Southeast Asia, click on the video below. If you want to see more travel pictures, go on Instagram, the HowTube, follow us. And you find all the information in the description below. Thank you for watching.